Hello friends, in this video we will look at Power BI, how to create a graph using Power BI. Power BI is a tool from Microsoft which is used for creation of various types of visualizations that help in understanding the data in a better manner. Power BI has three flavors. It has a desktop version which is used for creation of graphs. Then there is a online site version which helps in sharing of graphs with peers, and there is a mobile version which helps in rendering those graphs on the mobile in a attractive manner. So let us import some data and create a graph using Power BI. So I am using a blank report initially, and it facilitates to import the data from Excel, from servers, and many other options are there for importing of data. So I am selecting Excel, and we can see here there are four types of views. There is a report view which this is where you create the graphs. There is a table view where you can visualize, you can see the data exactly. Then there is a model view in which the model for the relationship among the various tables is there, and this is an advanced concept. I won't be covering it here. And then there is a DAX query view that helps in creating queries for better extraction of data. So I will be covering only the report view and the table view in this particular video. Then when we look in the right hand side, there is a filters view, there is a visualization view, and there is a data view. In the data view, whatever table you have imported or multiple tables that you have imported, they are shown along with the fields and columns that they contain. Then in visualizations, various types of charts are shown which you can select and transform your data accordingly. Then there is a filters tab. In this you can select what data gets shown and what data is hidden. Suppose I have a data of multiple countries and I want to compare the data of only two countries. Then you can select those two countries in the filter, and the remaining data will be hidden from the graph. So filtering is there, visualization, selection of graph is there, and data where the fields are shown. Then when we look at the upper side, then here we have the various facilities for importing of data, and then there are queries where you can transform your data. In transforming the data, you can select a particular field, you can change the data type of the field. Like that, multiple operations can be performed. So let us import the data from Excel. So I am clicking on the import data from Excel. I have a file in my downloads folder, and it is a mental health file. So I will select all files because it is a CSV file, it is not an Excel file. So let me look for the file. I have downloaded this data from Kaggle. It is freely available to anyone who is interested. And generally CSV files are there, and Power BI can work with CSV files very easily. There is no problem in working with the CSV files. So okay, this is the mental health illness prevalence data. So let me open it. It will take a couple of minutes to import the data because it is a huge file. It has around 6,000 records. So it will take some time if your system is slow. And as we can see here, the data is shown to you. We have fields like the entity, that is the country, the code for the country that is given year wise, what is the number of cases or the share of population who have schizophrenia, who have depressive disorders. Then there are anxiety disorder cases, bipolar disorder cases, eating disorder cases. Like this, percentage of population is given to you country wise and year wise. So for Afghanistan, we have data for 1990, 91, 92, 93, and up till we have the data till I think 2012 or so on. Like that we have the data. This is a very restricted view of the data because it is just showing that this data is getting imported, and here we cannot play around with the data. It is just showing some records to you. Now here we have two options. We can load the data as is, or we can transform the data. Loading the data will bring the data into the system, and in transforming the data you can filter out the data, you can sort it in some order, or you can apply certain operations or functions on the data. So I am just using load the data. So when we load the data, it will take some time, and the data will appear. So as you can see here, it is connecting with the data file, and it is bringing the data file into the model, and it is taking some time. So 6,420 rows are loaded, and let us see the data in the table view. So it's working on it. Okay, I think it is done. So when we open the table view, we can see that the data has been loaded into the system, and we can see here various fields and columns are there, and so such huge data is there, and all the columns have been imported. Now what we want to do is we want to draw a plot in which year wise we want to compare the number of anxiety cases in Africa or any country, basically not specifically Africa or Afghanistan, any two countries. I want to compare the year wise what are the number of anxiety cases in the country. So let us go to the reports view. In the reports view, here you can see in the data all the fields are listed. So I want to cover anxiety cases, and I want to plot them year wise. So as we can see here, summation signal is shown in front of year, which is not correct because we don't want to add up the years. So we need to transform the data so that the summation is removed from the year. So we'll transform the data, and we will change the type of year from numeric to, we will change it to text so that the summation is not performed. So here we have the query written using which the data is getting transformed. So here we'll copy type text, and we will update the type of year from integer to type text. So we can see here year is a integer data, so we will remove this type from here and we will put type text, and we will say close and apply. So it will take some time, and then we can refresh the graph and we will see that the year wise plot will get generated. So when we open the graph now, okay, we have to select the year. So I select the year, so we can see here year wise it is showing what is the data that is there in the different countries. Now what I want is, I want that the particular data should be shown for only particular 2 countries or 3 countries. So we will select the code which is the country code and put it on the filters, so that I can select any particular country, and we will also select code from here and we will put it in the legends so that the data is divided country wise. So when we select legends, we can see here all the clustered bar graph is shown for all the countries. Now we will select specifically say Afghanistan, and then let us select some other country, and we will select Canada from here. So we can see the graph is shown for the 2 countries, and we can see the legend here Afghanistan and Canada is in brown. So like this the data is shown for the sum of anxiety disorders share of the population and by year. So we here the legend is there year wise, and this is the anxiety cases or share of population in the 2 countries Afghanistan and Canada. You can select any other country from here, that will also get included in the graph. So I hope this video is helpful to you. Like this we can create multiple types of graphs in Power BI, and we can compare the data and understand the nature of our data so that we can apply better machine learning tools on our data. I hope this video is useful to you. Thank you very much.